I have an idea
It's
for our intro.
Okay.
And I want it to be a remix
A ver.
of this. Hey guys, really quick, this is Emmy coming at you from the future. Here at this part, I play the intro to the song San Miguel el Alto by Federico Villa, but we're not playing that because YouTube will sue us. So we'll pick up from there. Thank you. Bye-bye.
No.
No?
Let me hear the remix when you do the remix.
Sure, but just a ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, something based off of that.
You have the worst luck. Where I just finished binge watching Someone Feed Phil. Have you seen that show with the guy that created Everybody Loves Raymond? He's got a really good foodie show. Ray Romano? Yeah, but the other guy, the creator.
Oh, I don't know him. Okay, cool.
I forgot his name, but the show's really good, and he has the worst little dun 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 dun.
But this is,
and I hate it so much.
You don't know this song? And I fast
forward, I'm like, why did he put that cheesy vibe?
You think this is cheesy?
Yes.
I'm ending this podcast right now. Do you know what this is?
I know. San Miguel. Didn't I not tell you finish my story?
Honey,
I think the Perez are more our story now.
You can't say that.
El Matazón de los Perez.
This is our song. This is literally our, not yours, apparently.
I'd rather us sing it as an intro.
That's kind of racist, I gotta say.
Instead of that, then you and I should do the dun 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 dun.
It's not going to be that. We take those notes.
We can't do full mariachi. That's presumptuous.
It's not presumptuous. What are you? You sound like that guy in the car that yelled at me for playing mariachi right now. Can you put something normal? That's exactly what you're sounding like right now. And I'm calling you out on it. I can't believe you think mariachi's presumptuous.
Of us? Do you play violin?
No, but I listen. I don't play my violin, but I listen to mariachi all the time.
I do too.
All the time. I probably listen to mariachi more than...
That's so formal, though. That's so formal. We're,
But that's why you remix it. It's just a nose. It's just a short thing.
All right, let's hear it.
You're going to have to... I have to play it and do it, I guess. Oh, my God. I can't believe you just said that. Well, this is a good place to start
it's then, right here.
You're saying
we gotta keep
that mariachi...
It's presumptuous of us.
What does the word presumptuous mean again?
Go Google that.
Over here using words.
That happened to me with Archipelago, where I had to...
Yeah, what the hell?
Let's hit it again.
Presumptuous, adjective, of a person or their behavior, failing to observe the limits of what is permitted or appropriate. How is it inappropriate for us to play mariachi?
Right. Because that's the whole point of this. That's the question. That's not really... Yes, we're that.
I
think
that.
The remix has to happen, because it's in our soul, right?
What do you want?
We're from Jalisco. That's where mariachi is from. But
that's when you. But to me, there's no but.
We don't
now
have
I want to know for you.
Person in our family at all. Look at your T-shirts.
That's hilarious.
It's not all of who we are. It's not. That's why I'm.
But it's a huge part. But I'll tell you this. I think it's all.
Pause. We're talking about mariachis.
And Mari thinks that, oh my gosh, Mari.
And the song was...
It was the theme song. The theme song.
Soy de Mero San Miguel. That one.
Yes. It's the theme song to our hometown in Mexico.
Is it? Yeah.
It's the anthem of San Miguel. I am offended.
I was told once, I was told once by one of my cousins that lives there. She said, I was oh yeah, pues soy de los dos, soy de Pueblo Chico y soy también de Ciudad, because we would spend our summers there. And she's like, you're not. No, it is it is a Ciudad. And I was like,
you? Oh yeah, 100% you for sure.
Okay, well that's my point. That was brought it on because I'm like, how presumptuous of us. And this is what happened. I said that's presumptuous, and then we had to Google.
And I got offended.
No, but I mean it in a humble way, because I don't think this is the whole point of this podcast, I guess. Are we or are we not
Yo
de
sí
San
soy.
Miguel?
Yo soy de San
I want to
Miguel.
be.
Dude.
I don't think
know.
they take us.
It's okay. My grandma will take me, and that's all that matters to me.
My grandmothers are both deceased.
Well, sucks for you. I still have my grandma's. Yeah, that's so crazy.
That's where I'm coming from. It wasn't meant for an insult, which I'm glad we're talking about it because you did get offended.
I did 100% get offended when you tell me that I'm not a mariachi person, whatever that means, or somebody that listens.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you did.
Well, that's how I took it.
Yeah. That's not what I meant. What I meant is like this is a question we have. Like this is a question we have of, man, I hate to bring it up, but I'm so sorry. This is a perfect example. The guy I used to date was like,
here we go again.
Couldn't see me as a person. I know it's ya cansé, ¿verdad? It's okay. There was love there. What can I tell you? It was this misunderstanding of like I don't know what, like I really love Motown. Love Motown. Wow.
You
Motown
are
music.
so Americanized.
It's what I'm saying, man.
That's so crazy.
But I also love mariachi.
I think I know what's going on here.
You know what I mean? Like, which one am I? And it was like a really hard for this person. Like, which one? Like, I don't feel we're really fully embraced by either.
Yeah.
And how do you do? Like,
I think I know what's going on here.
Of what I am.
I think
like the one song can't define us. There's not one song. Like, would you give up San Miguel el Alto? That not the town. Would you give up that song? What if somebody asked you to choose between that and your favorite Metallica song?
I think no.
I got him.
Well, no.
I got him.
Okay, sure.
You know what I mean?
Good question. I know what you mean, but still, look, my roots,
yeah,
are strong in when it comes to music. My roots are 100% mariachi because that's what I grew up with.
Okay.
100%.
That's what speaks to your soul.
That's what speaks to my blood. That's more than
blood.
my soul.
And it is. I mean, we're from Jalisco.
Well,
that's where mariachi comes from.
Yes.
You got to make sure we Google that too to verify.
Yes.
But I want to say Jalisco. Es origen de Jalisco, el mariachi.
Look, I always tell my passengers all the best things in Mexico come from Jalisco. Mariachi, tequila,
best for us,
and me.
Oh,
and then we have a laugh.
Agree with you.
And then we have a laugh.
I do love you.
So,
but I love our state. That Jalisco heritage for me is that. It's the. But I mean, I think
Los ranchos.
But then there's I can't just pick one. Even if I'm from Jalisco, like that's where family comes from, I have a hard time choosing a favorite. That's what's home for me, right?
Yes.
Like I was telling you and Leslie, we just came back from La Paz, right?
La Paz.
Oh my God, I want to do that the whole time. Paz. Yeah,
dumb
jokes. Yeah.
Oh God damn it. We were
I'm not going to say who, but one of our family members fell during that trip. There was a dump of Ay Paz en La Paz.
Paz
en La Paz.
Yeah.
Sorry, people.
Chiste local.
I'm sure
that means inside joke.
Oh. You're not explaining to me. It's for
yeah.
Or Spanglish audience.
Yeah. Well, we have American people that don't speak any Spanish already. I know one person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hola.
Yeah. So
I think that you know the important words. I feel like if you know the fun words of each culture,
tequila,
that gets you a long way.
Mariachi.
¿Dónde está el baño?
Biblioteca.
Where's la biblioteca?
Biblioteca is my
I think that's what they
word.
talk about. That must be what they teach them in Spanish.
Right, when you're in school.
Right?
Yeah.
We talked about this too.
So
let's go back to the mariachi.
My roots are 100% strong in mariachi. And then from there, the American music that I came into or was adopted into was probably... early on, it was probably like there were hints of metal throughout.
Metal.
But
how did you get that? I know a lot of our family in Mexico they're like Led Zeppelin fans, Metallica, and what are the other ones?
Metal is the biggest
Pink Floyd.
thing. Yeah, metal. Well, that's not metal, but
what is it?
Led Zeppelin. That's just rock, I guess. So metal is much more accepted worldwide than it is in America. I think America has a...
Es porque no los entienden.
They have a bigger focus. Metallica sings though, so not them.
I don't know anything about that. By the way, I'm not making fun. It's ignorance.
You're making fun, and I don't appreciate it.
No, it's like the dumb, like the you can make fun of any music, right? And that's what you thought I
Except
was doing with
mine.
mariachi.
Yeah.
But I was not. It was more like, it's the question, and this is a question I've had for a long time. The how we're perceived question. It's not who I am, because I know who I am. I am.
You are
Period.
you.
Yeah. So I don't explain to myself why I like something. I don't need to do that.
That's weird because I do.
You do?
Yeah. I like to see I like to see the process of how I got into what I
Why?
like because I'm fucking crazy.
Like
I guess.
now.
Like right
Adult
now.
you.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, like I'm into whatever the fuck I'm into. I always go back. Okay, I like this. Why do I like this? Who did they like? And I go back to see what the
Like the trajectory of like an evolution thing?
Maybe.
What do we call that? Yeah, I don't do that.
I'm
Not
crazy.
anymore. I just like it. And so I feel like at my age, why? Why I have to explain it? Just me gusta. Who cares? I
Me
like it.
gustan tus ojos. Me gusta tu boca. Me aloca. Me aloca el roce de tu piel.
I don't think that you should sing
That's
that out
Johann
loud
Sebastian.
forever. Oh, is it? Okay, I do like it. I take it back. ¿Cuál canción es esa?
Me gustas.
I don't remember that song.
So I grew up with Vicente Fernandez, Johann Sebastian,
Yep.
Los Hermanos Aizar, José Alfredo Jiménez. And I mean, Johann Sebastian did a lot of music que no es ranchera, but I think mostly what we listened to were his rancheras.
Our family for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so Lalin listened to
Classics.
a lot of rock music. And that's how I heard of bands like
Yeah.
Metallica and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then
All
as
those
a
people.
teenager, I think the culture overwhelmingly went here in America. The culture went towards rap and hip hop. So
In Chicago, it did for sure.
yeah,
That was
I guess
my
yeah,
upbringing.
yeah. Here,
Here.
like, it was like rap and hip hop. I guess
Rap and hip-hop.
So mostly like I grew up. I like as a kid, I would always get home from school, turn on the TV, and it was like 106 in Park. And I would watch like the top 10
when
countdowns
you
of like
were-
R&B, hip hop,
Okay.
rap.
So when we were growing up, it was like the beginning of hip hop, rap, and house music. Those three things.
7 million years
And
ago.
in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like in Chicago. So it was like, that's basically what we listened to. And I miss the whole music, that American music of the punk rock and all that. I definitely miss that. Like I know that from movies.
That's
I
hilarious.
have no idea. Like I'll know stuff that everybody has to know. Like once in a while, there's like a Billy Joel thing that comes out, and everybody's like, "Is that the guy that sings Sweet Caroline?" That's that song. Who sings Sweet Caroline?
I
Sweet
don't know.
Caroline.
I don't
Va,
like
va,
Billy
va.
Joel.
Shut up! You have to. Okay. You did the grommet face.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Was that cartoon?
Usually, like the guys that have one name and that's their artist name. I don't like that stuff. It's
Billy.
it's
No, that's
not for
two.
me. It's not for me.
Billy then Joel.
Billy
Okay.
Joel, Billy Idol, Billy Strings is cool.
And then there's a whole 80s stuff like that. One of my friends is really into the 80s music,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll hang out with her. I might know a couple of them.
So when you say 80s music, what are we
Like
talking
the-
about here?
like
Because
the
there's
kind of
different.
like stuff they used. You know what it is? It's the kind of stuff that they used to put in Los Antros and San Miguel of that I learned over there because I was clubbing over there.
Is it like
Way too young. They shouldn't have let us in.
what kind of music is that?
It's the clubbing stuff. Oh my god!
Like
it's the-
Kylie Montague? I
Who's that?
just can't get you out of my head.
No. That's earlier.
Earlier
No,
than that?
No, that's earlier than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the guys, like the George Michaels and those guys. Not that.
I have no clue.
Who's the guy had really cool music that was like he used to put like makeup on and he was like this. Oh my god.
Billy.
It was one of the Billies. Ese hombre.
Yeah.
See what I mean? I
The
don't
guy,
know.
the guy with the red thing on his face.
Yeah, that guy.
What the fuck is his name?
Man, see, in that regard, I'm too Mexican for that. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know, but see, I know, like we had an uncle growing up that really loved oldies on my mom's side, not your side. Yeah. And so I love Motown. I love he would have it on, and he would have the oldies. He would have all kinds of oldies.
Wow.
My favorite out of them was Motown.
Motown
all
is
the Motown
lo
was
que más te
classic.
llama a ti.
Yeah, I love it. Like, and all that kind of like, which ended up later, I didn't know, was like there was a cholo vibe the cholos like them too. Had no
Yeah,
idea.
they're like,
No idea. They
Yeah.
were like I'm your puppet.
but please don't take advantage of the
bing.
strings. That's why I like Little Rob. Little Rob, my favorite rapper, he
Is
incorporates
he from
that.
Texas?
No, he's from San Diego.
Then I'm
He-
mixing them up.
He incorporates a lot of that
I know you,
music
Little Rob, but
in
thank
his
you.
music.
I love you.
Like
Little
one of
Rob.
his
I do love you,
one
Little
of
Rob.
his famous lines is "I'm your
Alright.
puppet, but please don't take advantage of the strings."
Oh, no, I
So
haven't
he
heard that
he quotes a
song.
lot of old songs.
There was like an old rapper guy from, I mean, he's probably older. I don't know how old he was, but it was like I forget what his name is because it's been a minute. But it was like, there's a thin line between love and hate. You know that song? There's a thin line between love and hate. Like that. No?
No,
But it was like, well, anyway, whatever.
I
That's what
know
grew
I
up
know
with.
that music because of Little Rob, and I had no clue because again I didn't grow up with that.
He's
stuff.
probably younger.
Little Rob is probably like your age.
He's my age, and maybe
Yeah.
I may have heard his songs.
I don't know. I don't know if you
Something
were into the cholo
happened.
culture like that. I only
Not
know because my
really.
cousins in Omaha
It was by
loved
accident,
Little Rob.
right? But that was like part of. We didn't have a cholo culture here in Chicago.
Here in Mexico.
I know. I was gonna say I want to be in Mexico right now because I just got back from the ocean.
You still think you're over there? Yeah, I
I
didn't.
want to be there.
I didn't. Since we were so sheltered, I think you were a little more out there than we were. I don't know. Like you had
I don't
friends. You
know.
probably hung out with like friends from school and stuff, right? I never did that. I didn't.
You had cousins.
Yeah.
No, it was my parents were very strict. My mom was so strict. It just happened to be the music that was popular. It wasn't because we were cool. It wasn't any of that. It was just that's what there was. Like people have stories here of going to nightclubs, Medusas and whatever. We didn't do any of that. We weren't allowed. We would live it up in Mexico. Well, all the people here, our little circle of friends, were going out here.
You didn't go out?
No, we
Wait,
weren't allowed. We
like
would,
to-
but then in Mexico, we'd be like, Psh, go.
But like to
whatever you
parks
want.
and stuff. Like what would you do here with your friends from school?
No, we were so sheltered.
You
We
didn't
would
go out either?
No,
I thought that was
we
just
had
us.
to beg to go to like a house party.
But you
And
still went to them?
No,
No?
no, we never
What?
went to one. Grizel,
Yeah. So okay,
I gotta ask
that's
Grizel
cool.
if she ever made it to one. The people stop inviting you. What happened is that's why I think people don't understand
That's
how diverse our culture is, even within our like Mexican upbringing. There
Yeah.
are some I know Mexican families here that they're not as strict as ours.
No.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're
And I don't
particularly strict. I mean, but the thing is, we were
We special.
in Cicero. We were we were in the streets, like running around.
Yeah,
and
but
on
with
bikes.
family.
No, with the kids from the block.
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
Well, we
yeah.
did too. They were just like you seen our block.
Yeah, it's all
So small. Like there's like we were friends with the neighbors, and then that
You-
was
that
it.
there were kids in your neighborhoods. In your neighborhood,
Like a couple, yeah.
huh? Yeah,
It wasn't the place. So we would hang out. Like we would. In fact, the people we
Very
would hang out with
safe,
the
though.
most was Anna, and then Medium and Yvonne. When they got older, we would go out with them too. But
but they're from 26th Street.
yeah, so we would go to 26th Street almost every week, every other week. Like that's another place that feels like home to me. Not because I grew up there, but because
Wow.
it's so familiar.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you just
never-
knew where to go, where to not go, and like it. I know
Yeah.
it was dangerous at the time.
Even now. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it still feels like home. Like it doesn't feel foreign to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel very much like it's. I mean, Nietzsche's still there. We
Same
if
same
yeah.
house forever.
yeah.
Like it's Cicero. Like my brother. I think I heard like my brother telling stories like they would be playing at the schoolyard like 2 blocks away,
Oh yeah, where they went.
and they still had like they would still had to deal with like the gunshots and then having to run home. I could be lying about this, but I have a vague memory
in
Cicero.
in Cicero.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. I never knew that from Cicero for sure. In
26th
in
Street.
26th
Did
Street.
you ever experience any of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff?
Not as much as Anna and Medium and Yvonne because they lived there, right? So they lost people.
When they went to
Yeah,
school
they went-
there.
Yeah, so they went through actually loss of friends, you
Yeah.
know. But we would hear de repente like gunfire. But we just knew that's why you kind of get used to it.
Uh-huh.
And that's what happened. Did I tell you when we went to the Pilsen bar crawl what happened? I didn't think anything of it. 'Cause,
When
like,
was this?
there was like a shots fired or something at Have you guys been?
No.
It doesn't matter. It's like it's a place until part of.
We're gonna
part of the
bleep it
bar
out.
crawl.
We're gonna bleep
Oh,
out the
right.
name of that place unless they want to pay us.
No. Well, I don't want to mess with them. They're a good place.
Oh, okay.
Not their fault. Somebody. Okay, so then.
Mark it.
Yeah, we were at in Pilsen at a bar crawl that happens every year. I don't often go, but this time I went, and so our group got separated, and then while we were walking to the next spot, a bunch of them stayed behind to go to the bathroom and wrap up or whatever, and they were taking, and all of a sudden you hear like this pop, 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 right? But you know, some people how we are, it could sound like a firecracker too. Like it's similar. Like the echo's a little different, but it can go. And what we did, Chicago people, I looked over, I'm like, no, I think it wasn't that because nobody's running. And we kept walking. Wouldn't you do the same thing?
Like it depends how close it is.
We were like half a block away. We had just left.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was anything because meanwhile, it was an actual couple of gunshots. Yeah. And then the story that our friends told when they were there was that they were like jumping, going under things. Yeah.
That's scary, bro.
For them. We were like, this is the point of the story. Later, this is my relates to 26th Street. Growing up versus actually, you get used to it, right? For them. But we knew, for example, to steer clear of the drunk guys on the corner. We always had to steer clear. It was super creepy. Like, mamacita, no sé qué. We were like 12. Not okay. Ew.
Wait. What do you mean it's not okay?
I'm
just kidding.
Again, you're going to get in trouble for that, and he should. I don't care if it's a joke. I know it's a joke. I don't care. Go.
I don't care if you think I think it's funny because obviously.
It's so gross. But anyway, back to the thing. So for them, it was scary because they lived it. Like they actually went through the gunfire. But when you hear about stuff, what happens is you end up just being careful, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think
like don't walk down the alley on your own.
Some people
at that time.
Some people that live in certain neighborhoods in Chicago didn't really get that Chicago experience. You just hear about it on the news.
You hear about it. I think it does make you a little afraid, but there are certain
unless you live it,
where I'll
you
lock
know.
my doors.
Like if you live it, you know to get the fuck away.
Yeah.
And run and hide and
yes.
Yeah. One time,
like I felt fine.
One time I was picking up Leslie from her house, and she lived up in Rogers, and that just sucks, dude.
Here?
And this is like on Sheridan on Damon.
Yeah,
on Damon is it Sheridan? What's that street that divides Chicago and Evanston? Whatever the fuck that street is.
Well, Sheridan, yeah, that turns into it, or it could be Clark when it turns into Chicago. Whatever,
No,
it's
whatever.
One of those.
Yeah,
Don't
up
matter.
north
by
by Rogers.
Anyway.
So
Rogers
whatever.
Park.
I was waiting for her, and I see this dude walking down the street, like maybe like I don't know, half a block behind me, and then this truck pulls up next to him, and then they start like talking to each other, and in my head it's like, oh, they probably know each other, and all of a sudden I see the dude on the street do this, and I was like, oh shit, you know what's me? I got
duck.
Pop. Pop, 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 pop. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And at that point, I was like freaking out because Leslie was getting out at that time.
Yeah.
Yo me agaché, and I was like, oh shit, where's Leslie, dude? And I started looking around, and luckily, like, I just see her little head pop up from the side door. I was like, get in. What the fuck, dude? Yeah.
That's smart of her to duck. See, I think this is sad that I've never really felt like I've been in danger here. And even though I know because of the fact that we even have those stories at all is evidence to the,
To the what?
I was going to say that. What's that expression?
Yeah,
to
I'll
the
say
contrary or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
fancy thing. But it means like I think
some people didn't.
I know we should be
some
afraid,
people
but I
didn't
don't
get
feel
enough
afraid.
hood. Yeah, you didn't have enough hood in your life, man.
I didn't have hood.
Yeah.
We grew up on the north side in
And
a
that's-
relatively safe neighborhood.
and
There were
that's-
pockets of gangs, but it wasn't. You just knew where not to go.
And that's why when you listen to mariachi, you feel more distant to it than closer to it.
But it doesn't feel distant. It feels like who, doesn't it make you cry? Mariachi, certain songs where you just get emotional. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but so does Lana Del Rey. So does Metallica.
That's my point. That's it. Which one do you pick? Which song do we pick that represents? There is none.
Can you pick a song
You'd have to make it up.
that is the closest to your heart?
Oof. I think it depends on It would depend on
Depends on the day,
on what's
maybe.
happening in my life.
Yeah, that's kind of how
Yeah.
it goes. Maybe depends on the time of the day, what's going on.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, I listen to a Metallica song and it's like, oh, this is it right here, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes I listen to, actually, I think the one song that gets me going the most in my heart for some reason is El Martes Me Fusilan by Chente. And it's a song
I don't think I've
about,
heard that one either.
it's a song about a guy that's going to
the
get
classics.
killed during the Cristero War. And it's like something about it just fucking gets me going, man. Like,
Well, that is actually our people. That one is our. I guess the other one is
it's
too.
mariachi, it's the same
but
shit.
then which one?
I could take
Okay,
both.
so when my grandfather on my mom's side passed away, there was a song that I always get the grandkids crying, and it was the
Amor Eterno.
How did you know that?
Because
you
that's
have it too
everybody's
for your-
song.
That's everybody's song.
Everybody's song.
But they used to something happened between them where it used to remind my grandmother of him because of when they went to Acapulco or something like that. It was
Gay. Just kidding.
that one's gonna come to you from afar. that bad karma.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna. So then that one would, and to this day, that song reminds me of them. Like it doesn't remind me of anything in my life. It reminds me of them.
That song reminds me of loved ones passing away.
It is. That's what that song
And
is.
since last week's episode was so heavy and
What
sad,
did we talk about? Yeah.
we talked about grief last time.
Oh yeah.
So now we're gonna talk about it even more. No, just kidding.
I mean, I don't think we can talk about our culture without
Talking about
talking
sad
about
mariachi
sad
music.
Mariachi music. It's so ingrained.
Yeah.
I told you I have this. I gave up. I gave up on this. I had a challenge to Yolis and Gloria and my dad
To find happy mariachi music.
to find a balance because they get together and they sing all the funebre ones, the
Yeah, the sad one.
the very sad ones. And
I
but
got your
that's
dad-
what there is. It's a majority. Like
I got your
gave
dad.
up.
I got your
There's
dad
too many
singing
of them.
La Racadas the other time.
Oh,
And that's
really?
I mean, the ending of the song is still,
I'm gonna put
it's
this
a
here.
tragedy still, but it's more upbeat. You know, it's more upbeat.
It's so, but that's the thing about those songs. They still get you.
At the end, it's just more. Well, I mean, it's
It's
not
still
really,
like it cuts you like.
but it's a
you know.
story. It's a tragedy. At the end, the guy gets killed or something. But
Ahí está.
I don't think
That's
you
another-
connect with
another
him
word
emotionally.
We should teach the Americans. Ahí está.
Ahí está.
Ahí está. You said it fun. Ahí está. You see?
Yeah.
Tragedy. It's not better. It's not better in that one is better.
But
and
it's kind of
worse.
like
It's
Scarface.
not-
You know what I'm saying? Like the movie Scarface, you don't get sad at the end because he dies. You're just like, whoa, that was a crazy fucking
It
story.
was a crazy story.
You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Well, I thought maybe it would have been good for us as a culture to also lean happy with our
I
song.
think that's more our
But
family,
it
though.
represents,
It's more our family.
You think so?
Yeah. I think
Like I tried to institute a family anthem while we were out at this last vacation because we've been through a few trips together, which are so fun. And I'm like, let's go full nerd.
do you guys fight at all?
Not really. What's there to fight about? We're in a beautiful place. I think
Just
we
wondering.
probably get on each other's nerves, but we're civilized. I don't think we'll really do anything to, you know what I mean? Like normal people stuff. Like I know I'm probably annoying
Damn,
people.
can't relate.
And they're just gonna me tienen que aguantar.
That's
Ni modo.
hilarious.
We're stuck with each
Yeah,
other.
you-
No, we love each other. I love going
You
on
were
vacation with them.
definitely like, yeah, you want to like, hey, let's have a good time, guys. What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
I'm ready. Like you're
And
on
you wanna-
vacation.
and you
I'm
wanna
like, let's
talk-
Do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't understand why there's unhappiness at all.
What
in
about
those moments?
What about Guadalajara? That's a happy song. San Miguel el Alto is a
Yeah,
happy
it is
song.
a
El
happy
Jalisciense is a happy song.
Are you looking? Are you googling?
This is my
happy
Chente
songs?
playlist. No, this is my Chente playlist.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of.
El
happy songs.
Arracadas.
Well, the one I wanted, nobody knew. I recorded it.
A Chente song?
No, our anthem. It's called Wacha Chica.
Is it a mariachi song?
No,
I don't care about it.
It's a good song. I think it was too. I don't know. My mom danced and.
Is that the
my
one you
mom and Daniel
posted?
danced.
Somebody
Yes,
posted a
go listen
video
to
of
it.
you
that
dancing.
Was me. I was trying to institute a family anthem, but nobody really listened, and it was so beautiful. I'm like, later.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
I gave up,
Yeah.
but it's in my brain now. Next time we go do anything, I'm gonna.
I think it'll just happen naturally. Instead of trying to institute a song, there's going to be a moment that happens, and there's going to be a song playing in the background. And
it's going to be some tragic song. I know it.
Yeah, I don't know.
My dad, the last time we hung out, sang a song.
Sang.
I know. Yeah, es que él compone. He's made up a few songs. He's composed a few lyrics. I don't know how to say that. He has some songs that are his. And he let us in. I don't have it recorded, though, because I only recorded half. And I recorded Yoli's singing the other half because my dad didn't want it recorded. And I don't know why he's worried. It was about his boss from way back in the day.
That's funny.
And it was like one of those jabby songs.
But it
was cute.
Yeah.
I have it. I can't. I promised I wouldn't publicly show it, but I have it. And he didn't want to sing it. And it was kind of a funny song, but also like
like talking
Sorta
shit kind of thing.
A little bit, yeah.
My mom listens to a lot of like girl boss. There's a lot of like girl boss songs in like mariachi, or I guess just like Mexican.
I also consider them
music.
Yes, and they're great. It's not that the songs aren't great; they're great. I mean, I know we sing them. We like fully. All of those are great. The challenge was like to get, like if we're gonna sing great songs, like let's throw in some happy ones in there too. Just sprinkle them in there. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there was one. Here's how it started. There was one Christmas, everybody had left, and then we had stayed behind. And this was like 1 a.m. They're still singing with a guitar. Like this is one of those nights, right? And so it was just Yoli's, my dad. I'm pretty sure your mom was there too, and me, and Roberto was there too, and they just kept going, and it was one sad song after them. They were so enjoying the singing. And I remember having a realization. I'm like, they're having fun, and they look like they're in pain. Like they're really feeling this painful song.
Feels good, man. You're alive.
I know it feels good, but also like
you're alive, man.
I'm like, maybe we need some happy ones in there too. Like if we're gonna sing these sad songs, that's how it started. I gave up.
I'm trying to look.
There's no balance. There's no balance.
Because the best songs aren't the happy ones, you know.
It's
so easy to feel happy. Like whenever Pharrell's "Happy" comes on, oh man, I'm right into it. You know what I mean? It's like, because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a room. Like you just go right in. It's so easy. But when a song takes you to that place where you don't want to go to, there's such a fucking power behind that.
There's like this raw power. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not gonna win that. That's why I gave up. I gave up on it.
I have friends that listen to like metal music that is much more raw than what I listen to. Like I like metaphors and storytelling and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like whereas I might listen to a song that says, this morning the sky is gray and the sun doesn't want to shine. Like they'll listen to a song that just straight up says, I'm fucking depressed, I want to die. Just like that's the lyric. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa.
There's no question here.
There's no metaphor. This is
metaphor.
You know, and there's it's not for me, but there's such a power behind somebody just saying that.
That's an expression. That might be an expression of truth. So I don't mind the expression of truth. It's first of all, there's a lot of alcoholism in our.
Yeah, I think that's this Mexican music, mariachi music comes from being left because you're a drunk. Like, no me quieres porque soy borracho.
Wait a minute.
A lot of it is
I
that.
never
They
thought
say
of
that.
But if you think about the aftermath, like I'm thinking of the song Ella, la de Me perdí en un abismo. Yes. Jose Alfredo Jimenez, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I got that right.
Yeah.
I got my
So what about it?
Well, I didn't thought about like he just broke up with someone. He's in such pain that he's just drinking himself through the pain. That's what it is.
He got tired of begging her.
And like but why
Okay,
doesn't
crazy.
she want to be with?
All I did was type in Jose, and look what came up. Jose Alfredo Jimenez Ella.
Because we just said it. They're listening, man.
This instant.
Yeah.
Holy.
It's part of the
moly.
Part of improving search, or it's a very popular song.
Maybe I've looked it up too.
Okay, maybe it's really good.
Me cansé de decirle que ya no quise escucharme, si solo fue para decirme ya no te quiero. Yo sentí que mi vida se perdió en el mismo quise hallar el olvido al estilo Jalisco, pero aquellos mariachis. But this one isn't the alcoholism that leads to her not liking him.
Well, I know.
This is the other way around. That's
what I thought it was. Like you're in such pain, and that's how you deal with it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Tomas unos tragos, and you're gonna like drink through the pain.
That's how we do it in Jalisco, according to this song.
Exactly. It literally says
Finding. So it says, I want to find forgetness, if that's a word.
No, that's not a word.
It's olvido.
They'll figure like.
I wanted to find, it's forgetness, but it's not a real word.
It's not
But
forgetness. I want to find like basically.
Olvido.
Olvido's when you want to forget about it.
Right.
I want to forget about
so
this.
I made up a word.
Let's move on from the word. It's Spanglish. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. Al estilo Jalisco. The Jalisco style. That's how we...
Jalisco style, which is like...
Getting fucked up. Little do people from Jalisco know, the whole fucking world is full of alcoholics.
Oh, for sure. I'm not saying that's unique to us, obviously. Are we doing disclaimers now?
No,
Let's do a disclaimer.
I'm doing a disclaimer.
It's for you, Carlos. Okay. Carlos needs to
yeah, so again, just sad song. I mean, his in particular, Jose Alfredo.
A beautiful song, though.
Jose Alfredo's songs are, I think, primarily about being a drunk.
Yeah, I think he was heartbroken a lot.
Yeah,
and drunk. So then do you know the history? His history, was he, did he have a problem with alcohol?
I think so. Isn't that how he died?
I have no idea.
I think that's how he died.
But now I'm going to think about it, because now the lyrics have a whole new thing. I didn't think about maybe he needed AA.
Jose Alfredo, it didn't
I'm gonna
exist
offend a lot
100
of
years
people.
ago.
I'm gonna
Jose
offend
Alfredo
a lot
Jimenez,
of people.
death.
Sorry, I love his music.
He died.
No disrespect.
He was
He's
47
great,
years
great
old, and look at how
composer.
handsome he was. Fuck yeah, that's a man right there. Look at this dude. How did he die? Liver death.
He's my age.
No, he died.
Let's do the math.
He died when
I think
he was
I'm
your
47.
age. He died he was 47 in 73.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out my age.
What?
Just do the math. Like, I'm 46 or 47.
When's your birthday? You just
I just
turned
had
47.
one. That's why I'm confused.
You just
Let's
turned
say I'm 47.
So he died
47.
when he was your age.
Yes, I am 47.
So he's 80. He would have been 94.
When he
would have been 94
today.
today. He died when he was 47. You thought he was 47 today? He died when he was
I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Why is his age relevant? He was a master.
You weren't born in 73.
I'm not saying I'm his same age. I'm saying I'm 47 now.
Oh, right. Oh my God, numbers, dude. I never.
We should not do math on this podcast.
Let's not do. Yeah, liver cirrhosis from drinking.
Cirrhosis.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Like a lot of
Vicente Fernandez. Have you ever go to one of his concerts?
Chente, yeah, I probably saw him a dozen times.
I've only been a couple of times, and I know a lot of people who have gone, including you. And we all have the same, like, well, he's great up until he starts drinking, because then it goes a little wild. But it becomes part of his thing where we always knew. But it also, he would stay longer. Not
that
good
was
judgment.
That was early on. I never got to see his shows when he got too crazy. When he was he would pretend to get drunk. Like
I don't know if he pretended. Like, we ended up leaving. We went the last one I went to from him was when he was still. Obviously, he was still alive. Rocio Durcal was there too. She was the opener.
What?
Yeah, it was a
Shut the fuck up,
so
dude.
Good. What?
That's amazing.
I know, it was a good concert. It was really good. So Grisel and I went together on that one, and then we stayed the whole time, and we stayed through most of his, but he kept going and going. And people were like giving him drinks, and he had them, like, you know what I mean? It was like, and he was just so.
That's awesome.
It is. It was cool to see. It became very like, there is a connection there, but also at some point it was like,
you're not professional.
Are you okay? No,
Yeah,
I didn't think of professional. I thought of like, well, now I think that now. I might have gotten irked back then. I don't know. We ended up leaving. It was too much and then at one point, like, now I'm thinking, are you okay? Like, I don't think this is good for you to be out here. Do you know what I mean? Like, just go get some rest. You're done. You entertained us. You're great. No, but you know what I mean? Like, I think you're.
You think he was going through something?
I don't know.
Of course, he's fucking. How do you think it feels to be the biggest star on the world
I
in
don't
his
think I
field?
can. I don't think we need to understand that. We're not ever going to get there, probably.
Yeah. Well, who knows if we get enough likes and subscribers.
You're going to sing for your...
No, I'm just saying we're going to be superstars. But
in our own backyards, in our own... No, there's none of that. That's like a super... I think, only a handful of people on this planet knows what that's like, really.
Right.
Like that level. And
I think
Jackson. Michael Jackson is
Elvis
one of
was
them.
the first one, and we saw what happened. Elvis died on the toilet because he couldn't shit.
Oof. Is that what happened?
I think so. He was on
Oh,
like
wow.
all these painkillers,
Oh, yeah, that'll
and
back
he
you up, I
couldn't
hear.
shit,
Mhm.
and I think that's how he died.
Oh, no. If only he had Nopalina in his life.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a connection to
No disrespect.
sadness.
I
You
do
better
love-
know
I
that's
love-
the king.
No. Yeah.
Sad music, tequila,
Mariachi.
mariachi. Yeah,
I love mariachi. It's so inspiring. And I love
the San Miguel El Alto song isn't sad. Why don't you tell him to sing that one? And I bet you your dad knows it.
Yeah, that's the thing. They won't think of singing it. That's my
It doesn't feel as good,
doesn't
man.
feel
There's
as
something
good.
so
They're
beautiful about
singing
the
like
pain.
yeah. Even the pretty and they're gorgeous. Like my dad's song, that one of the famous songs in our family is La de los 10 pesos. Have you heard that one?
No, sing it for me.
I'm gonna give you the gist. It's this guy that goes back, and the girl that no longer is with him is going through a hard time, and he wants to give her money, but he's like, tomas tus 10 pesos, hácelos a ella, but don't tell them that I, the one that gave it to him. It's like the sad story.
Okay.
Song.
That's the family
It's
song.
so no, it's his song. It's his song. He composed it, and everybody knows it. Oh, he did make one up for Roseli, actually.
Are you sure it's not just Pretita Linda?
No. There's one about, you never heard that one of your mom? Que quería ser de Tecua, no quería de San, no quería ser de San Miguel, no quería de ser de Tecua, quería ser de San Miguel. Do you know that song? Because your mom and dad registered her in Tecua.
That's hilarious.
Instead of San Miguel. You never heard that song? I'm gonna ask him
That's
to record it. I'm gonna do that next time.
You think he's gonna? We could probably record with this.
I'm sure he will. I can record it. I'll respect if he says don't put it on for the family, like on Facebook. You know how we all put stuff up there for
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I just can't believe you don't think mariachi is the strongest, the most. Like, I love Metallica. I know you do. Lana Del Rey. Yeah. But at the end of the day, to me, the foundation is 100% mariachi music, without a doubt. Like, if I had to choose, I think I could choose. Like, after having this whole conversation and thinking about it, yeah, I'll choose a mariachi song every day over, not just any mariachi song, of course.
Like, if they said
you can only listen to one genre the rest of your life.
Oh, you knew what I was going to ask. Yep.
We're in sync.
We are in sync.
Yeah, it would 100% be mariachi. No doubt in my mind. And if it had to be one album, I would choose one specific album de Chente, because it's only songs about horses. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Es que porque tienes tantos caballos, Emmanuel.
Yeah, my Mustang, mi Bronco.
Oh my God.
Mi Maverick. I've had all horses.
American car.
Fuck yeah. There's the dichotomy, Mexican, American.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I understand what you're saying. I'm not taking away what you're saying. I fully get where you're coming from. I'm saying yes, I get it. But it's this weird thing that we have, or it's that thing we've been saying. Like,
you think you're better than me. I understand, Mari. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. And that's funny. Yo me siento que soy de rancho even though I'm not. Like,
that's what I mean.
When I see
people would look at you in San Miguel and be like,
shut the fuck up, dude.
De rancho, ¿cuál? Yeah. No sabe ni. Like,
I don't. I mean, that's the thing. But it's not because I know it.
Have you ever actually farmed? Like, do you ever help your grandfather? Like,
did I ever help him?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've milked some cows in my life. You have? Yeah, for sure. I was there.
I'm sure you have. No, you don't. You haven't, because you would remember that.
I remember one particular one, but I'm sure that's not the only time.
But they didn't teach you.
Yeah, they did.
So that was part of your chore.
It wasn't a chore because they didn't make us do it. They were working. They didn't want us to get in the way.
Yeah, because you slow them down because you know what you're doing. Yeah, that's what makes us not from Rancho fully. Like, we were vacationers.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. I understand. But in my heart,
no disrespect to you and our upbringing.
I take it as disrespect. No, I'm just kidding.
Here's where I'm coming from. I respect that my experience of being from San Miguel is very different from someone that was born and raised there.
100%. But what I'm trying to say,
that's all.
This is what I'm trying to say. I still, even though I know that I didn't grow up there, I still feel with all the time that I spent, not just in San Miguel, but in El Rancho, all the time that I spent there, I do feel that that is my home. There is an essence to being
I
there.
feel
That is where I am.
I feel that
I
too.
love Chicago. Like
we were looking for, when we went to La Paz, Grizel and I were kind of like, Wait, that's so dumb and funny. But we were looking for, we saw a tortilleria in the distance because it's not like, those are dying out too, right? And so we wanted to just taste like a tortilleria tortilla. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that was from our childhood, something, but even from our childhood, like just that, I don't know if you guys were ever sent to go get las tortillas.
We didn't have to because mis padrinos had a tortilleria. Remember? I don't know if you remember my grandma's house, and then mi padrino had a tortilla right next door.
Right. Yeah,
I would have fresh tortillas with sugar, roll it up.
So good. My God, it's so good. You know that smell where you knew in the cranking sound of the machine?
Creaky and the squeak.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Remember?
That's who I am, Mari. Like I know I love Chicago. I do, and I love the American culture, and I feel that
you would like hightail it.
It's 100%. If there's a fucking, I'm not fighting for this country. I love it here, and I'm so grateful that I'm here. But if fucking World War III breaks out, I'm getting my ass to San Miguel. For legal reasons, that's not true. I'm staying. I'm a patriot. God bless America.
Just did that. Well, if you know the preamble to the Constitution that you belted out the other day.
Yeah.
How is that even?
We might cut that.
I don't feel...
Yo sí me siento más de allá que de acá.
I don't feel the patriotism in that way, because then that would say that you would stay there and fight for them versus here. And I don't think we can say that. I think we would, like, in my heart, I would fight for both. You know what I mean?
I would fight for peace.
You would fight for peace. Me too. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I could. If you really go down that route and think about it, like it's like the thing that happens when there's like Mexico versus, I know I pointed there just metaphorically.
Right here. Mexico is right here. Okay. And where is America? That's over.
Estados Unidos.
Over there?
I can't know.
Got it.
That Perfect. And that. If like when you watch the Olympics, didn't you ever watch the Olympics where you wanted to root for both like Mexico and the U.S.?
No.
You would only root for Mexico?
Yes, Mari. I think here's where me and you are different. Yeah, I think that's what proves it.
That proves it right
there. I think because I do think you grew up more Americanized than I did because
me da más gusto cuando Mexico gana, but I will also root for the U.S.
I think we call that a fair weather fan.
What's fair weather fan?
I think that's go for whoever's doing better.
No, because if one of those other Nordic countries does well, I'm like, I have no wanting them to.
Yeah.
I don't care if they win. This is just for Mexico versus U.S. stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I would always do
that
Mexico.
wins, and I'm like, I don't care who you are. Like if it's soccer, it's Las Chivas. Done.
Huevo?
I think, of course.
Huevo.
Just trust us.
And they suck, so.
No. They're precious. They're precious beings.
Sure.
And should always be protected and loved.
Yeah, that they
always.
are. And they are so protected.
If they're against the Chicago Fire or the U.S., which I went to see one of those games too, I would be like, sorry, U.S. or whoever you are, Las Chivas.
Yeah, 100%.
Them. And even them before the Mexican national team.
What about Las Vacas Locas de San Miguel?
I don't care about them. Is that a team?
I think my brother made it up when they were young.
I just pretended I knew. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. But no, yeah, for sure. I was always Team Mexico over Team America. But I think it's because I grew up with my Mexican cousins, being like Mexican born in Mexico cousins. Yeah. I grew up with them.
Yeah, so you end up
being more over there than over here, I think.
But you didn't marry or
I'm not married.
Date. I just realized. But
I'm living in sin.
You're with a woman who is Mexican descent.
Yes.
She's not a Mexican culture person. Like
she is, Mari. She's more Mexican than she's
American. Maybe.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about her. Her family is from El DF.
Yeah.
So that in itself is a completely different culture than Jalisco culture. But she will say,
true.
We could ask her.
That's
but
very true.
She is much more Mexican than you are. You feel more American. You know what I mean?
I'm sure I am, probably, yeah. I just assumed she'd like grew up on the south side or something.
She grew up in the north side.
Where does she grow
Rogers.
up? Oh, Rogers Park.
Yeah, she grew up
we
in
got
Rogers.
people there.
She grew up in the hood, dude.
That's
so
where German is.
and when you're surrounded with people like
with.
that, that are strong in their Mexican roots, that's what you're gonna.
Yeah, but this is where I think you miss how we grew up, because we only spoke Spanish at home.
Yeah,
and we grew up, like, my best friend growing up was Cuban, but the neighborhood was diverse in that regard. But every summer, we would spend every summer in San Miguel, every summer.
And I can't believe your cousins told you.
We got tossed off of horses like all day. You know what I mean? Like, we were horseback riding.
We didn't have horses in our rancho.
What?
No, we only had cows.
Oh,
I remember one horse, and it was El Filimon, and it was just this tiny little guy.
But Grizel and Miguelito fell off a horse together once.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
At a baptism.
But
Wasn't it your baptism?
Well, I never knew. I'm sure they had them before me.
It's like she broke
but when
her
I
face
was
and
there,
everything.
they weren't.
Oh,
horses.
okay. So, yeah. I mean, I think unless you needed it, my uncles always had, my grandparents in their farm, they always had horses. And I remember my grandmother still, like, having those side saddles.
Rich.
No.
Rich.
She had the side saddle. It was tradition. She knew how to ride side saddle. As a lady, you weren't supposed to do.
Because you're rich.
No.
You know what's crazy?
From, like,
horses,
the same town.
You know, the crazy thing is that horses now, back then, 100 years ago, if you were poor, you had a horse, and if you were rich, you had a car. Now, if you have a car, anyone can get a car. And now, if you have a horse, you know what I'm saying? It's
I guess so, but
opposite.
that's part of the culture of that I don't understand, because I'm talking about horse culture. I really am, because we're in the city. Like, where are we going to have a horse? Like, I know the
police
Lichas
have
family
horses.
that are here that have that business, and we're not going to say the name, but we were talking about them earlier.
Shit. Do you think they'll sponsor us?
They have horses and stuff here.
Yeah. And they ride them down.
But that's like a luxury here.
Yeah.
Yes, right. But that's like I think that has to be recreational. I don't know. I know for us, it was very much utilitarian.
Yeah.
Like, we just, they had
that's
a
how you
pony,
get around.
and they had they had other animals. They didn't just have, they had other animals besides horses, but they definitely had horses. Like, there were horses around all the time when we were growing up in Mexico.
I think it's interesting how much me and my cousins love horses. And I think it's because we come from rancher families, or families that grew up in a rancho without horses.
Oh, really?
So it was something to aspire to.
Really?
So, like, if you go like Cesar, like mi padrino, he has horses all over.
But my uncles did too, but they had them.
Well,
like, they were, do you know what I mean? Like, they had we had the horses.
The best I had.
I'm saying that side of the family. I did not have a horse. I wanted a horse.
I mean, that's part of the allure.
I was told I couldn't have one.
Why I had the Mustang. That's why I had there's something about a horse that's fucking badass.
Is that, you think that's why you love those cars so much?
I think that's part of it for sure. The branding is phenomenal.
It is good. I do love.
And if you hear a cammed Mustang, I'm sure every cammed car sounds like this, but a Mustang cam, like, it goes.
Really?
Yeah, and then if you put a horse, it goes like that.
Did you watch that
sound
show,
effects.
Yellowstone? Have you guys seen
I
that?
love that show. That's my
Remember that one season
show.
where they had the guy starts doing the horses? Like,
they start doing the horses?
I know.
In the boy?
Like, move on. I want to talk about the horses, like actual horses. Remember how he started to incorporate, like, show horses? Or were they show horses? I don't know if they weren't really show horses. They were just like, were they?
Yeah.
Those gorgeous horses. And you were looking at them and you were like that whole season, to me, I was looking forward to the horses coming on camera. And I was telling my dad about it, because I'm like, Papi. And I had watched, I don't know how many seasons. And when I got to that one, I was like, that's when I recommended it.
Did you tell him there's a crazy sex scene?
The horse season came out. No. Well, that's why I wouldn't have recommended it. But
literally the first episode
was my favorite. Beth? Was it? Beth. God, I loved her. I loved watching her on screen. Okay. I was like, ooh, she's
you ready?
here. Let's see what she's going to say.
Listen to this.
Sorry.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That is
But of course,
cool.
every car with, that you can make every car sound like that if it's a V8 and has a cam, whatever,
Sure.
car stuff.
Sure you can.
But I mean, yeah, the Mustang, I love them.
What if I just like them? Like I was
Yeah.
gonna text you.
You're getting a text? Okay, that means we should end it. So I'm gonna come up with a theme song. Maybe by the time this episode's out, it's already there. But these are the origins of it. If
Is
she
this
likes
our-
it,
Oh, the San
the
Miguel.
theme song that I'm gonna try to see if I
I'm
can
gonna be
remix
open
it.
to it. It just has to feel right, and so
You're
I don't.
so racist, Marty. I swear.
I don't want to culturally appropriate.
That's so crazy. You think you're white. That's amazing.
I don't think I'm white, or I don't think I'm one or the other. I think I'm this weird.
What do you think?
I'm a new. I think those of us that end up growing up here, that we end up being.
We're our own
both,
thing.
We are our own thing.
And I'm fighting it 100%.
Are you really? I say
accident.
embrace it. Embrace the fact that we're immigrated to Mexico in the
that's fine.
17th century, probably not even part of the Aztec anything.
That's
our
crazy.
family.
Speak for yourself, dude.
We've talked about this. We'll
You've
talk about
done
that
it.
next time.
I'm not talking about this shit, Mari.
I'm
Yo
gonna
soy
get it.
mexicano y el que
If
no
I
le
get
guste,
you-
váyanse a la verga, dude.
If
Y
you
en
give
eso,
you, if I get you a test kit, well, that we're still Mexican descent. I'm just saying.
And that's
I don't
all that
think we're
matters.
the kind of Mexican. We don't really know. There's a lot of.
you're pissing me off.
That makes me want to say things more.
It's over.
So
I'm
what?
ending this episode.
Wouldn't you
right
want to know
now.
where we're actually from?
Yo soy mexicano, dude. That's all that matters.
We both are. I feel very Mexican, but what I'm saying is what you said. You agreed with me that when we're born and raised here, like you become something different, something new,
For sure, but that doesn't take away where you
like
come from.
Frankenstein.
That doesn't take away the parts of you that made
No,
you that.
I agree. Definitely not.
And
definitely
I
not.
don't ever want to say, well, I'm not really Mexican.
But we are.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. We're both.
Right.
And that's why the San Miguel song, I'm not sure it's quite us.
It's
We'd
not
have
quite
to
you.
mix in some
Don't
of the,
speak for me, God damn it. It's not you, but it's me.
It's you. It's like
Kind
the.
of. It's my
should
my
end
heart,
it
dude.
where
It's my
it's
soul.
not
It's my
me.
blood. I'll tell you this. When I was the first
What about
time,
the church music then? That's just as much.
I love it. Are you kidding me? I
That
just
should
told
be
you
a-
one of my favorite Chente songs is about the Cristero
No,
Wars.
no. That's a Cristero war. I'm talking about the songs
El
you sing.
Espíritu de Dios se mueve.
That one.
Se mueve, se mueve. El Espíritu
There you go.
de Dios
But one
se
from like San Miguel, the
mueve
old school. Like
dentro de mi corazón.
we should juxtapose that with the other anthem thing you did. We're like put together.
Put those together.
We got to figure out where that was because we might have to. If you don't want, you might have to cut that so people
It's just
don't
the
like pray
intro.
over you.
It's fine.
All
Wait, the Hail Satan thing. I got.
I told them about it, but
yeah,
I
mi
warned
tía
them.
Yolis told me, but she laughed.
I warned her. I'm like, so you know, that's happening.
They're not listening though, Mari.
know.
They're not. Our parents don't give a shit. They think we're doing some crazy. Like, estos pinches locos andan hablando.
You know how much they don't care. When we were on vacation, I stepped out to check it. You sent me the link, and I checked it for the notes and stuff. And I think somebody asked me, and our German was like, "Oh, you guys are doing that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I just moved on. Like I don't know what I was doing. I was getting set up to go, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are really doing that?" He asked me again. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, and then he asked me like a couple times. At what point I'm like, I'm like, oh, maybe he actually wants to know. So then I started talking about it. I'm like, yeah, we actually published a couple or whatever.
said,
And then he
"Anyways."
leaves, and I'm like, oh,
Bogus.
that was it. The extent of the interest.
Okay. We don't need them.
But I would have said more. But I don't think I think you're right. I'm not sure.
Nobody gives a shit.
It's
We're
not that,
crazy.
It's
We're
not
crazy
so
for
much that
doing
they
this.
don't care. It's like, okay.
Are we making money off of it? No, that doesn't matter.
That's not why we're doing it, though.
That's why I'm doing it.
Really?
No,
I
not
want to
at all.
connect I think we're not the only ones.
We're not the only ones. I can't wait. I think eventually, like, we might, like, this is cool, but we could have, like, come in, and we can have, like, come in. Like, whatever, just because he's a bad motherfucker,
him.
dude. He's so fucking cool,
I don't
man.
know him.
Like, I want to have, and he's a hardworking fucking Mexican guy. And if you're out here trying to tell him that you're both Mexican, sure, probably, of course. But
I'll be yelled at. What's his name? No me vayas a gritar, okay? I'm telling you right now. I don't need to be yelled at.
it's
Is he
weird
younger
getting
than
into
me?
the intricacies. No, he's not. He's a bad motherfucker. He's the coolest fucking guy. Whatever. Point is, I want to have. We can have people on to talk that grew up like us.
Is it because you want to?
I want to make you feel bad for thinking you're white.
I don't think I'm white. That's my point.
Sorry. We'll cut that out.
No, you can keep it in. Understand me. I'm not. This is a problem I had with that other one. That I was like, no, I'm both. Like, I'm not one or the other. You become this new thing, which you already agreed to. I don't even know what word. Let's just.
It's just fun talking shit, Mari.
You're supposed to respect me because I'm older.
That's funny, right? I was talking to Arturo, man, you had it about this, and they were listening. They were like, you straight up said bitch to Mari.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was my thank you. I knew someone was going to have my back.
I told them, they were like, I would never. I said, I would never.
You said it in
talk
the
like that to her. But in my head, I was like, well, she's my cousin, dude. I don't have the respect. Like, I don't respect her like a parent. I respect her as an equal.
Yeah, but you don't need to say that to me either. You felt bad a little bit, right?
No.
We don't have that dynamic of talking like that to each other.
I'll say this. That's hilarious. You actually don't like it. Look, if you don't like it, then I won't say it. That's so funny to me.
I don't care. But it doesn't feel like our dynamic. Like that was the first time ever you've ever said that. And I was like, I think I might have said it in the pot when we were recording. I'm like, somebody's going to get you for that one. Yeah,
you did.
Because it's not. There is a thing, which we should talk about that next time. We should cut it here. Next time, let's talk about that. Will you remember?
Of course.
Let's talk about.
Of course, I'll remember you getting weird about me saying bitch. Like if I was calling you a bitch when it's just a method of talking.
I know that. I'm not. Yeah. That the thing is, like, I'm not sensitive in that regard where I'm going to be offended by the word.
I think you're a little offended because you think I felt bad for it, and I honestly didn't even think about it until like Arturo was like, "Yeah, I did. Why is that crazy?" About it.
So no, it's that moment. Remember where it's the thing you're not used to in a certain thing. Like,
it was
remember
off-putting.
That I'll never forget. It was off-putting. Remember that? That's a good word. I like that word.
Not putting with D's, with T's. Putting.
Oh, ew. What's that?
I don't know. Off-putting.
No, there was that one time that I don't know. I'll tell you the story and then we'll end it.
Okay. Because I've been holding in a fart for the last 30 minutes.
Gross. Help me. Help me. Roseli one time yelled at me, and it was like one of my favorite moments that I've had with her ever. I love it so much. And here's what happened. When you guys used to have the store and the house, and it was like, I know. And so I went to say hi to you guys first, whoever was there. And then I went, and then I asked for Roseli. She was at your house, right? So I was like, oh, I'm excited. I'm going to go over there and say hi. And I go in there, and I just went like banged on the door, like, da, 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 like really
not
bad.
Okay.
She thought I was you.
Oh, outside?
And she opened the door and just yelled at me. She's like, why are you there? I don't even remember what I yelled at her, what she yelled at me.
This was at Mitote?
At your house.
Oh, at the
house. When I went to the house, I like bam, bam, bam to mess with her.
Like, hold on, Mari. That's a whole nother thing. If you're in the comfort of your fucking home and somebody starts banging on your fucking windows like that.
She didn't know it was me. This is what happened.
Even worse.
No, she didn't know it was me. What happened was when she realized that it was me, like she started that way, like I heard her yelling at coming towards the door, and then she kept yelling while she opened. And when she saw me, I think she turned white. She was so embarrassed. I felt bad.
I think you scared the shit out of her. That's what I think happened, Mari. I think you scared.
She felt so bad, and I thought it was the funniest thing.
We got broken into many times.
No, she was yelling. Fine. She thought I was you. She thought it was you or your brother. She thought I was you.
Yeah.
And
that's
she was like
crazy.
And so, but I treasure that moment because she and I we respect each other and treat each other very well. Both, like, we don't even think about.
Okay, so next week.
So then that's so off from what she would normally do. Like, I know I didn't feel disrespected because it was not, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly. Right, so next week we're going to discuss whether or not you are comfortable enough or with me saying those kinds of things to you.
I don't like it. I know that we don't have to discuss it.
Okay, fine. Well, here's your answer.
If you're that way and you choose to.
No, but now I can't.
Then that's up to you.
No, but
that's
now I
be
can't
up to you.
because I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. So it's not the way that I talk. Like, for example, I know you guys talk to each other. We talked about this. You talk to the guys, like you and the guy crew.
Let's talk about this next week because this is gonna. We're already starting it, and we're at. You have to leave. I think. Don't you have to leave at 1?
I do.
Okay.
Because I'm a
Get-
hardworking Mexican.
Yeah, not me. I'm going to play Diablo for the rest of the afternoon.
Lunchtime is over.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you for
Bye.
listening. Remember to like, subscribe. Please share the video with your friends.
And feel free to leave in the comments.
Yes,
how
leave
Emmanuel
some
should
comments.
react and comport himself around me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do that. Go ahead and tell me
Compórtate bien.
how malcriado I am. Bye.
Bye.